G'day guys, HJBricks here and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. I know I certainly am. And today I am super excited because we are going to be talking a very controversial topic. Does LEGO ruin movies? So without further ado, let's get into the video. Now guys, it's no secret that LEGO is well known for releasing thousands of sets from so many fantastic movies. So if we see here, we've got, AT-AT from Star Wars, Hogwarts Express from Harry Potter, and we have the Guardians ship from Guardians of the Galaxy. And so LEGO has partnerships with so many different themes, mainly the ones that we just had on that last page there. So of course, we have very, very strong partnerships with Marvel, equally partnerships with Disney, because, Disney includes Marvel, Star Wars, all that sort of thing. Then we also have Harry Potter, and we have Star Wars. So it is understandable that LEGO is with these markets, and I think us LEGO fans are definitely not complaining, because easily some of the best sets that are released by LEGO come from things such as Star Wars, come from things such as Marvel. It's a great partnership for, getting Disney lots of fans, and then also getting LEGO lots of fans as well. So lots and lots of money tied up in all that. But unfortunately, it does not come without its problems, because the trouble situation is we get all these fantastic sets that are released by LEGO, but unfortunately they are actually released before the movies are released to the general public. At the point of the LEGO sets, we might only have a trailer or something small like that. And so sometimes these LEGO sets can release huge details to the movies that are seen as spoilers. So, are these really bad? I'm not sure of that, but let's have a little bit of a deeper look into it. Now, the first movie we're going to be talking about is Toy Story 3. This is definitely a nostalgic movie. I think it came out back in 2010, and so I'm sure a lot of you are aware of it, probably watched it as you were growing up through your childhood. But if there was one scene in this movie that I'm sure terrified all of you to your core, it was this scene right here with this trash compactor. I remember seeing this as I was a little kid in the cinemas. I probably would have only been about, 6 at the time of this release, and man, this was just terrifying. The fact that the toys could actually die, the fact that that fireball was getting closer and closer, and then of course that evil purple bear. I'm sure all of us hated him so much. He was just such a mean character and no one liked him. But again, just that nostalgia. This was such a pivotal part of the movie, such hype coming up to it, and it would have been such a cool ending if LEGO didn't release this trash compactor scene before the movie came out. So you can clearly see in this scene that we've kind of got that skip bin at the end that tips the characters onto the trash compactor. Then we can see that it floats down, goes into the fire pit, but then we can see that the aliens rescue the toys with the crane. Wow, such a letdown. Yes, this was a fantastic set. I'm sure so many LEGO fans and Toy Story fans wanted to have this one in their collection. I know, certainly looking back now, this is one that would be fantastic. But it's just the fact that this was such a hyped up moment. It was, the climax of the movie, and we can literally see the entire thing planning out in this LEGO set that was released before the movie. So we can obviously see this was not the smartest move from LEGO. Now, the second movie we're going to be talking about is the Avengers. So, of course, that partnership with Marvel we had before. And one of the main things that happens at the start of the Avengers movie is we can see Hawkeye, or Clint Barton, and he's kind of getting into a bit of a fight with Loki, as Loki is trying to escape the S.H.I.E.L.D. headquarters. And we can see that Loki places his scepter on Clint's chest, and of course this turns Clint evil, turning him into one of basically the bad guys and following Loki's every command. Now, this is a pretty hyped up moment because up until this point we don't really know what sort of power that staff has, and of course in the trailer Hawkeye is a good guy. At the end of that Iron Man movie we see Nick Fury trying to get together a team, and of course Hawkeye he's the archer for the Avengers, so he shouldn't be a bad guy, and this was a very, very hyped up plot twist. And we can also see that Nick Fury also just has the Tesseract there, and we of course know that a little bit further on in this scene, Loki does end up stealing that Tesseract. And so this would have been a super climactic, super hyped up scene if LEGO hadn't released this LEGO set that detailed Hawkeye being a bad guy, helping Loki get away, and Loki, of course, having the Tesseract in his hand there. it's such a small, simple set. Literally would have cost, what, $20 back in its day, and yet it spoils such a huge part of the movie. Of course, Iron Man wasn't actually in this scene. He was more just of a red herring for later on in the movie, but it's still one of the most moments where you think, Lego, surely you could have thought about this. Now, the next movie we have is, of course, the Lego Movie, and this is such a fantastic movie, and this is actually one that surprised me when I was, coming together with this list, to think that Lego actually kind of screwed over their own movie. But for those of you who don't know, the plot of the Lego Movie is that it is Emmett and his team of master builders who are trying to stop Lord President Business from taking over the Lego City and gluing all the pieces together. All the characters, all the buildings, he wants them to be set in stone, to stay the same way they are forever, because he does not like change. And so, of course, the way he does that is with the instant gel, the Kraggle. Now, this is such a powerful super weapon. It is so hyped up. It's so scary. It's the thing that all the toys are dreading. No one knows what he's going to do with it, exactly how he's going to use it, or no one would know if they hadn't have released it in Lord Business's Evil Lair Lego set. Now, please, guys, don't think I don't like these Lego sets. I think they're all fantastic, and I definitely think that they all should have been released, but it's just a matter of when they're released. Maybe like a week after the movie is dropped, give some people a chance to go and actually watch it first, but it's just the fact that quite clearly here we can see up the top the Kraggle connected up to this machine, pumping out the glue onto, of course, Good Cop, Bad Cop, his parents. They're getting super glued down the bottom there, and so I just think it's a bit anticlimactic and not really what you want to see just before you're about to go into the cinemas to watch this movie. Now, the next movie we have here is, of course, Spider-Man No Way Home, and this was such a hyped-up movie. I don't think I can quite explain the excitement coming into this one, and the main reason is because Spider-Man is just such an amazing character, and watching this trailer, seeing that we're suddenly getting Green Goblin, we're getting Dr. Octopus, we're getting Electro, we're getting all these fantastic villains coming back. Of course, you've got to remember, this is just after Spider-Man Far From Home, where Spider-Man's secret identity has just been released to the entire world, and so there was so much excitement coming into this movie. Now, of course, the main plot twist we did see in Spider-Man No Way Home was the fact that we actually had all three Spider-Men for the first time ever. So that was Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, and Tom Holland's Spider-Man, all in the same universe. And so that was so hyped up, it's not funny. Everyone was so just, wow, that biggest plot twist ever. No one thought it was actually going to happen, but it finally did. Everyone was so hyped, and so luckily Lego didn't ruin that one for us, but what Lego did kind of ruin was the release of the Sanctum Sanctorum workshop. And so, of course, you might think, there's not much really going on here. It's not like we can see any of the cages with any of the bad guys that we find out Spider-Man has to fight in the movie that have come through from other universes. But what we can see in here is that we do have Wong, and we do have Doctor Strange. So that was a little bit of a spoiler, kind of giving us hints at the characters that would be in this movie. Particularly Wong, he wasn't in the trailer at all, whereas Doctor Strange was. And so that was a bit of a shame to be leaked. Also, we had this really weird creature off to the left here. Of course, this didn't end up having anything at all to do with the movie. Bit of a weird choice by Lego there. But overall, this was just one of those sets where, a secret cameo, you could probably argue, would have been better to keep it, hidden to themselves until the actual movie came out. But again, I suppose that is not the worst one on this list. And now, finally, guys, we have Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. And so this is a movie that is coming out, I believe, November 10th this year. So if you don't want to spoil this movie for yourself, then I would probably recommend stop watching the video right here. But Lego has just released some sets for the Black Panther, Wakanda Forever movie. And the first one we have here is King Namor's throne room. And so this one, it looks like we've got some character that looks like they're from Avatar. Not really sure what the go is there, but yeah, we can see just a couple of the characters we have here. Looks like it will be themed mostly underwater, so I think that's very interesting, something that I probably wouldn't have wanted to be spoiled before the movie actually comes out, and because of course I kind of try and stay away from trailers as much as I can, just because I don't want that hype to really be ruined. I want to go into that movie not knowing what to expect and being absolutely blown away, especially when it comes to Marvel. So that is definitely something that I wasn't too happy to log on to Lego and see this morning. Now, the other set that we have just been released is this one here. I believe this is called War on Water, and so it looks like some sort of ship. Looks like we've got Black Panther down the bottom there, a couple of different characters, and so this is an interesting enough build. I think it'll definitely be a strange set, but the one main spoiler that we got here is we literally have Ironheart in the Mark II armor right here. That is this red character here, and so that is such a big spoiler. You know, for me, I haven't actually seen the trailer yet, so I'm not sure if Ironheart is in the trailer, but still, such a big spoiler. I wish they hadn't done this for this set, just because imagine going into that movie and finding the hype, you know, sitting there in your seat instead of having to log on to LEGO and see it this way. I think that's just really underwhelming, and definitely something LEGO needs to work on in the future. So there you go, guys. That is a list of just a few of the times LEGO has ruined movies for us before the movies were actually released. Let me know, can you think of any more movies? You know, anything, mostly Disney, I believe they do it for, because Disney is one of their main partnerships, but it's just such an unfortunate, you know, series of events that leads LEGO to spoiling these sets for their fans. You can see why they release them early, just because they're wanting as much money as they can while the movie is in its, you know, full hype, but I just think it is a shame that they can't wait maybe just a week after release to really make sure that their fans aren't disappointed or don't have the movies spoiled for them. Please don't forget to go leave a comment, tell me what you think of LEGO spoiling movie sets. If you're new to the channel, please don't forget to subscribe and like the video. It all helps so I continue making fantastic videos for you guys. Have a great one, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.